Hello guys, my name is Sloth69 and welcome back to Prison Architect. So this is coming out the same day as the previous episode just did, where Henry Morgan does all that lovely stuff. I'm just going to jump straight into it because it gets quite sad now. Also, I need to kind of let you know what's going to happen. But first, to the Polaroid. Excuse me. Chapter 5, Bootstraps. CNBC. That is very loud. Okay. Today on CNBC News, a special report into the state of our prisons. It's 2 years since the infamous siege at Alchemico claimed It's 2 years since the infamous siege at Alchemico claimed so many lives, including that of Chief Executive Charles Wallace. Today we hear from leading experts and ask what, if anything, has changed since this tragic event. First we go live to one of the state's longest running prisons, recently scheduled for demolition. Live now, only on CNBC News. And yes, this is episode 1. Thanks, Sarah. This prison has housed some of the country's most notorious criminals. But now its walls are being torn down, ready to be replaced by a new prison complex. There he is. If you look behind me, you can see that the construction crews are already here and demolition work has begun. Joining me is City Mayor, Calvin Heller. Thank you, Mr. Heller, for taking the time to talk to us today. It's my pleasure. In the past, you've been a strong advocate of a tough and more disciplined approach to prison management. Why demolish a facility which has defined for so long the punitive approach? Both the prison and its operation have become antiquated. We took the decision to replace it with an entirely new facility, one with a more modern policy. This prison was in the news a few years ago as one of the last remaining state execution facilities. Yes, we made that in episode 1. Campaigners have long sought to revoke the death penalty laws here. Will you honour their wishes or will you rebuild the execution facility? That's still under review, but it's not a decision we'll take lightly. Thank you, Mayor Heller. Back to you in the studio. This is CNBC News reporting live on the state of our prison system. After the break, we'll be joined by Dr. Walter Hurst, a specialist in prisoner psychology and rehabilitation. I can't say that word. Hello, Mr. Heller. On his phone. Right, here we go. Let me congratulate you on your appointment as CEO. This is an opportunity, a fresh start. You'll have complete autonomy, more or less. More prisoners, higher reoffending rates. You'll have a lot of challenges ahead of you. I'm glad to know they didn't tear down my lights. I like that. As for the death row facility, tear it down or keep it. Make some use out of it. Really up to you. Somebody else will take up that business if you don't. As for objectives, I've given you the same as I gave to your predecessor. Profits, reoffending rates, capacity. It's entirely up to you how you achieve them. One last thing. The previous CEO, Charles Wallace, left behind the letter that he used to give out to any new prison architects who joined the firm. He had some good advice. You may find it useful to take a look. So, 1 plot of land, and that is it. 1 plot of land, a few of them, and that. Now, I have completed this, and it is pretty much build a prison. It has no... The actual building of it has no contribution to the story whatsoever. Which is why I decided that instead of rebuilding it all, because I am not going to do that, it took me, I would have said 4 hours to have completed this, and you guys are not going to want to see that. So, I'm going to save the campaign over this, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to load up one that I've already done, and that is Mission 5 Plan. Now this was the plan that I decided to go through. Let's just make it daytime, so, well, let's put it onto daytime. This is basically a prison that will house 120 prisoners over here. Has a shower block, a canteen, kitchen there, storage, kennel, armory, security, 6 officers, a staff room, solitary, Medical bay, so an infirmary, a morgue, workshop, laundry, shop, mail room, 2 holding cells, a reception, a yard, visitation, common room. That one was a library, I think. No, that was library. That was a classroom, library, chapel was there, parole. I think that was it. That's everything. So yeah, with deliveries over there, exports and garbage. So that was the plan that I undertook. Took me a while to make. So if I now come to load and go to my finished campaign, now it took me ages to get here, but as you can see, it is okay. I've got my complete shower up there. All my cells, kitchen, canteen, all the different things, blah 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 blah. Clean the cupboard down there, forgot to mention. And this is basically complete. Now the objectives that Mayor Heller wants you to do before you can continue with the story is have 100 inmates, done. Have a positive cash flow, done. And this is the hardest bit, have at least 60,000 bank balance. That took ages to get because I had to keep building stuff to keep my prisoners happy so that I could keep getting more money, and it was a nightmare. So I have completed all of that, and because this is the last mission, actually I'm just gonna yeah whatever. Right, on with the story. This is gonna be a slightly shorter episode than usual, by the way, simply because I'm not actually doing anything. Let's move that. Still nothing? How long is that? I lost count. No calls, no letters. I'm sorry, Morgan. It's got to hurt, but you've got a chance here. Don't mess up. So, the parole is basically a chance for them to get out early. Henry, good luck. Don't try to tell them what you think they want to hear. I have to go. I'm live on air in 1 minute. So he goes in there, talks to a lawyer, or a judge, or something. And then they decide. Welcome back to this special edition of CNBC News, live with City Mayor Calvin Heller. Joining us now is Dr. Walter Hurst, who has been accused of squandering huge sums of money on prison reform. Frankly, he hasn't been doing enough because this guy over here is an asshole. Dr. Hurst, do you believe you've achieved success? I believe everyone has the potential for improvement, and we must offer them that chance. I can state with absolute conviction that I have seen real improvement in the attitude and hopes of many of those incarcerated here. Incarceration should be a deterrent. It should not be an opportunity for development or change. Punishing and dehumanizing them during their experience only serves to nurture delinquency. Yeah, that's basically the entire interview. You know, well, we'll never know. Actually, just going to turn up my volume again. Now, when I was playing this last night, or this morning, no, last night, yeah. Leave in the comments how close you are to tears at this point. We provide... oh, actually, there's more speaking. Okay. We provide these men with valuable skills, but more importantly, hope. We are helping them to integrate back into society and contribute after they leave. They made all of these cutscenes using Prison Architect as well, which I find quite, you know, good. Ordinary citizens don't get free training, free education, guaranteed paid work. We are neglecting the victims of crime and rewarding the perpetrators. Spending vast sums simply to make these criminals feel good about themselves. Hella's a bit of an asshole. And yes, that was Morgan. We can make a difference, even if we have to do it one individual at a time. You can tell a tomcat 100 times to leave the birds in your backyard alone, but he'll always come back. So you're comparing prisoners to tomcats? It's in his nature. Not this guy's nature. He has changed. There you go. Prison Architect campaign. I'm actually just going to skip all of that. And then we're back here. So, that concludes the campaign. Yeah. Henry got out. He's back with his family. Gonna live a nice life. Yeah. I'll be honest, the first time I played this, I was quite close to tears. For the pure reason of, it's amazing what a few bits of work can do. You know, it just goes to show that deterrence and punishment don't always work. Give a man some food and he'll eat. Give a man a seed, he'll eat forever. Or, well, a seed of wheat or something, you know what I mean. Anyway, I forgot the actual proverb, but it's meaningful. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this slightly shorter episode, but then that compensates for the 50-minute episode that I now have to edit. So, thank you all so much for watching. That has been the Prison Architect campaign playthrough. Hope you all enjoyed it. I will be doing a new playthrough where I just build a prison, try and last as long as possible and all that malarkey. And I will also be doing an escape prison. So, for those of you who have Steam, have a look at the Prison Architect community uploads. Point one out and I'll download it, have a look, and I might even try and escape it for you. I'm still a bit of a noob, but I'll work on it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. My name is Sloth69. You guys are my awesome Sloth army. You guys are also all awesome. And I'll catch you in my next episode or video or whatever it is. So yeah. I should probably also have mentioned Happy Easter. Because I forget to do stuff like that. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.